Time now for the morning rush. Prosecutors learning they may have to offer more evidence to get defendants locked up until trial. Last year, the High Court denied a request from the Bernalillo County District Attorney to lock up a man suspected in dozens of burglaries. Yesterday, the justices of the state Supreme Court said that by itself is not sufficient evidence to show that a defendant would be a danger to the community. A spokesperson for the DA, Raul Torres, said that rules need to be changed.
A mother-daughter duo who are accused of burglarizing a home are facing refiled charges of burglary and child abuse. That's for allegedly leaving a baby alone inside of a car. Now, in the new indictment, they described the condition of the baby as being very red and sweating profusely, arguing it constitutes as child abuse. A 16-year-old is waking up behind bars this morning and will likely stay there until his trial for murder. Investigators say Angelo Baldonado shot and killed another 16-year-old, Josue Ruiz, in a downtown alley. After the two agreed to meet there and fight, the judge ruled to keep him locked up for now. Erica.
And here's a look at our morning forecast. Temperatures are staying in the upper 60s and low 70s through the morning commute, then heating into the 80s by noon. It is going to be a warmer but cloudier day out there with afternoon and evening storms.
It will now come down to a vote to determine how Albuquerque's city council districts will be split up. Committee tasked with redrawing Albuquerque's city council districts settled on 8 maps, which will now be sent to the council for final approval. They can choose to approve one of the maps or come up with their own changes.
Residents in Albuquerque calling for the city of Albuquerque to keep its promise and overhaul the intersection of Lomas and University. The city promised to make major improvements to the intersection in 2018 and in 2020. Nothing's been done. The Department of Municipal Development says construction at UNMH is the reason they postponed the project this time.
Well, happening today, New Mexico's Healthy Workplaces Act will go into effect. That requires all private New Mexico businesses to give employees at least 1 hour of sick leave per 30 hours worked, with a cap at 64 hours a year. Well, that applies to all workers, but the law does not apply to employees on tribal land and independent contractors. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is high today. We'll see widespread storms across the state with the threat of flash flooding.
There will be a new COVID-19 shot available this fall. The Food and Drug Administration has approved an updated COVID-19 booster that is Omicron-based. The government has already purchased over 100 million doses of Pfizer's updated vaccine, while Moderna's president recently told the FDA the biotech company's revamped vaccine is not ready yet.
While happening today, President Biden plans to meet with governors of states where abortion remains legal. The president also said that he would support changing Senate rules to codify the abortion across the country. Now, changing those rules would pave the way for an abortion rights bill to pass the Senate with 51 rather than 60 votes.
Shopping at local farmers markets for WIC participants could soon become easier. The Department of Health is launching an app for farmers and people receiving benefits, letting people make and receive payments. The state says it gives low-income people and the elderly access to locally grown nutritious foods. You can find more details at always on KRQE.com.
All right, let's get a look at the morning drive. Traffic maps are looking clear, no slowdowns to report. And here's a look over the Big I. It looks like everything's still moving at speed.
Colorado man had a big surprise when the actual Stanley Cup was delivered to his house, accidentally of course. The cup was on its way to the Colorado Avalanche's captain, but the cup took an unexpected detour and was delivered to a person in the same neighborhood. That's where the captain lives.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5 this morning, one man is thanking the New Mexico doctors who saved his life in a very unique way. 20 years ago, Michael O'Brien was airlifted to UNMH in Albuquerque after colliding with an SUV while on a bike ride. After 12 surgeries, including a total knee replacement, O'Brien was determined to get back on his bike, and he sure did. This summer, he's riding his bike across the country to honor the doctors, nurses, and staff at UNMH who helped get him this far. If you'd like to follow his journey, we posted a link for you at KRQE.com.
At number 4 this morning, happening today, New Mexico's paid sick leave will go into effect. The bill called the Healthy Workplaces Act was signed during this year's legislative session and requires all private New Mexico businesses, regardless of size, to give employees at least 1 hour of sick leave per 30 hours worked, with a cap at 64 hours a year. This applies to full-time, part-time, and even seasonal workers, but the law does not apply to employees on tribal land and independent contractors.
And at number 3, we do have a flood watch for the Jemez and the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, as well as the Northeast Highlands there east of Las Vegas. We could see some burn scar flooding in these areas, as well as some river and creek flooding.
At number 2, New Mexico's forests and parks. They are getting ready for big crowds this weekend for the 4th of July, and officials are reminding people to be cautious. That's all thanks to recent rain that the forests and the open spaces that were closed because of fire danger are now back open. However, officials remind the public to take fire precautions and avoid camping near streams because of the flash flooding risk. A number of campsites, including in Pecos and the Jemez, they are still off limits, though. Officials encourage people to check the websites for closures before heading out.
Finally, number one for you this week, residents in Albuquerque are calling for an overhaul of a busy street after being promised 4 years ago that it would be revamped. So far, nothing has happened. Since 2018, the city said that they were going to repave this intersection at LOMAS and University and then add ADA compliance, bike and pedestrian access. In 2020, they made the same promises. Today, that intersection looks the same. The city says due to construction at UNMH, they now are postponing the project this time around.